Those who have just joined, please copy the table. Copy that table in D, where it's written budget, list of commodities, price. Just copy the table the way it is. Okay. Are you all getting me? Or maybe someone is not getting me? Okay. Mr. Peter, how are you? Are you getting me?
Yes, coach, I'm getting you. I'm busy copying right now.
Okay, okay, all right.
Yes.
Those who have just come, let's copy this table here. This table which is here on sheet 4. On sheet 4, that's got the title budget, 2 columns, a list of commodities and price.
Coachino, just give us some time. Some of us have just arrived from school, so we're trying to turn on.
Okay. Are we done copying the table?
Not yet.
I'm done. Mutali, you still copying?
Yes. So I'll be done.
Mutali, you'll be done soon.
All right, I'm done.
Was not yet finished.
Just started.
Madam Rhoda, you are done?
Yes, I'm done myself.
Sorry, Innocent. I'm saying I'm not done, but you can start. I'll catch up.
Okay. So let's start with the data validation. Okay. For the sake of those who have just come today, that's why we're doing data validation. But those who started before, I think you know how to come up, how to do data validation, but we didn't go beyond a list. Okay. So maybe today we might extend beyond the list on data validation. So we want to use data validation. We want to use Vlookup using this data. We want to analyze this data here using these tools in Excel. Okay. Then after we'll see how far time will take us. Last time we looked at the dashboard, how to come up with a reference. Okay, for those who have just come today, don't worry, we're still going there. So the data that you are given here is a price of commodities, or more like a budget for a person or stuff like that. So I want to analyze this data. I want to present it in a model form, okay, using these tools that are on your left in A here. Okay, so now we'll start first validate the data. Okay, so the first thing here we're going to write the title of the data we're going to validate. So we're going to write the list of commodities. Okay, so here in G, we go in G, we're going to write listing of commodities. Commodity. Okay, here. Okay, then we'll put price here again, okay? Price. Okay. I hope you are getting me. I hope you can log me out. So price, here we're going to put price. Okay. So now we want to come up with a list here. Okay, so you go on the data validation, you go on data network. Okay, network is quite bad today. Okay, we proceed. You are getting me? Hello guys.
Yes, we're able to get you.
All right.
We're able to get you.
Okay, so I said the next column there will be price, right? Okay, initially this table would have been on the dashboard, right? So whenever you're coming up with information, this table here would have been on the dashboard. You see here, because we just want to demonstrate, okay? How to demonstrate these tools here. But initially this table in an exam scenario type of question, this table would have been on the dashboard. All right. So we didn't want to put this information on the dashboard so that we can demonstrate direct here for purpose of learning. But as we do more questions, you find you don't put this table on your model, okay? Okay. So when you want to do the list, you go on data, okay? Data, and then you validate your data. You come on data validation, okay? You come on data validation. Are we following all of us? Data validation, then you go on list, okay? You go on allow, then any value you go, there's an arrow there, you go on list. There's a list here. Then you go on source.
Mhm.
When you reach source, you come and highlight these items under this table that we are copying here. Okay. Highlight these items after the last item. Okay. And then you do okay. So you're supposed to have a list under here where you can select an item. Okay. You can select any item there. Okay. You're able to select, right? Are we following?
Can you start again? I couldn't find data validation.
You go on data. Okay, let me start again. Okay. Okay, I'm starting again. I moved everything. So I said you go on data. Data is just after formulas, okay? Then on your data,
Found it.
under data, you go on your right side, the right side of your screen. You find remove duplicate and there's data validation. Okay, under data tools. So you select data, then there's data validation under that data validation. You click on there, then you go on settings. The first one there is settings. Settings automatically take you to settings. So you go on allow. Allow, then allow what? What are you allowing? You want to allow list. If you look at there's a lot of stuff that are there. So now we're interested on the list. You want to come up with a list. So you go on allow list. Okay. After the allow list, then you click in the source. The source, then you highlight the items here from the first commodity up the last commodity here. Okay. Then you go on okay. You have created your list. Okay. If you are managed,
Yes, we have.
okay. So if you have managed now, you are able to select from the list. You're able to select any item from your list. Okay.
I'm only able to to validate if I add something.
What do you mean add?
So if let's say rice, if it's blank, all my options are grayed out.
Come again?
My options are grayed out.
Okay. You are saying when it's a blank, there's nothing that comes out.
Yes.
How come? You just go on the arrow. All your items are supposed to appear there. So the user is supposed to select the item because remember you're not the one who'll be using the model that you'll be preparing. So the user is not supposed to write anything in the blank there. You are the one who the user should select without you because you won't be there to tell them type rice. There's rice in the list. So they're supposed to have a list like that. And make sure you highlight all the items, just starting from the word rice up to the last word antivirus. Okay. That's Madam who?
Sheba.
Madam Betsheba, where is the challenge?
That drop down arrow under price.
Yes.
I think that's what.
A drop down arrow under price.
Yeah. Whether it's phone.
Mm-hmm.
So I copied items as they were. I don't know if I was supposed to do something.
You copied what? Okay. I'm not getting you clearly. Maybe proceed as we go, then I'll get back to you. Let me escort to those that I've done already. I'll get back to you, don't worry. Okay. So let's go on price. So when what's happening?
I think that's maybe a phone and a laptop at the same time with the mic on. Maybe if you
They
can
just
turn
have
off
to
one.
mute their mic. Let them just mute.
Yes, let's
Because
all
they're having
mute our
terrible
mic unless
feedback.
if we are speaking, that's when you can unmute. Unless when you're speaking, that's when you unmute. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so what I was saying is, and today internet is very bad. I don't know in your area, but in Copperbelt we have challenges with internet. So price, I said we type the Vlookup formula here, right? So that we bring the prices here. So when you choose an item here, the price supposed to appear here. Okay. Are we together? Now, let's type the formula equal sign. Let's type an equal sign equals VL. You type VL there. Equals VL. VL is VLOOKUP. So VLOOKUP comes, then you tab it. I usually say tab is just before Q on top on your keyboard there. Equals VLOOKUP. Then you click on the item that you selected. I selected phone here, so I click on the phone. Then I put my comma. Okay. But before we do that, I guess most of us we haven't defined the table. Okay. Maybe I defined before you came, but we haven't defined the table. Okay. Before we do the VLOOKUP, the first thing you need to define the table. Okay. This table which is here, let's define it. Highlight the table, starting from the price and from the first item, rice, up to the prices. Highlight it, then define it. By defining, there are many options. You can just right click, go and define name, or you can go on formulas, and you go and define name. So when you right click, here is define name here, right? So you click on define name. Okay. Then there will be a name there. Remove that name and put the word budget. Okay. Okay. Then do okay. Is defined. So now let's go. Remember, only highlight the items that are, don't highlight the headers on top. Okay. The headers might give you some errors depending with the type of computer you're using. Okay. It will give you errors, you fail to pick the prices. Okay. So now let's type our formula equals VLOOKUP. You can't use VLOOKUP if you haven't defined a table. Those who are writing notes, write that one in black and white. You can't use VLOOKUP if the table is not defined. So equals VL equals VL. Hope all of us are doing this work on our laptop. Don't just listen, please. Equals VL, then you tab. Tab is just before Q. After you tab, I said you click on the item. On the item that is under commodities here. Then you put a comma. After a comma, then you write the name of the table that you define there. Budget, okay? Budget comes, you tab it, okay? Even the table will be in red. Then you put a comma. What's a column index where the prices are? It's a second column, so you put a 2. Okay, the second column meaning the second column, yes. So, comma what? We want exact figures. So meaning if there's nothing there, you're supposed to have a 0. So comma 0. Okay, comma 0, and then you close your bracket like that. If you are done, you can hit the enter button like that. Okay, who is behind? Others that's when they're coming. Who is behind up to this stage? Who is behind up here? There's no one behind. Please unmute yourself. Network. Away.
Coach, kindly repeat over the two.
Okay. Someone was asking that I repeat what? I didn't get you. I was logged out.
I said you repeat on the two, where the two came from.
The 2 is the second row here. The prices, where the prices are is in the second column. Usually VLOOKUP uses only 2 columns. Okay. It's only when we're using office maybe 2016 going up. That's when VLOOKUP can have maybe 3-4 columns. But usually, if you're using less the office that is less than